Hello and welcome to the stream! Welcome my packy pals to the stream, where we are going to be continuing the Rick Dom from GQ. And right, today what we're going to be doing is a lot of prep. Hopefully plenty of painting. And maybe hopefully test out my new airbrush, because I did not know this, but some of the paint I have is airbrush only by accident. The mecha paint I have, the mecha copper I got, is airbrush only. So we're probably gonna have to test it out, because I was trying to decide between the colors for this kit. And let's see here. That is, I think this is the copper. So let me show you. And this, I don't know how I got the pictures so perfectly, because I had to do this before stream started. I don't know how I got them centered so well, because I had to crop these without being able to see them. I'm just that good. But that's the bronze on the bottom, and the copper is on top. And I think I'm going to go with the copper. Ooh, I'm not 100% sold right now, but I think I'm going to go with the copper. I'm going to ask you guys like a half hour in which one I should go with. But that's kind of what our plan is today. Our plan is to do some cutouts to get what needs to be cut out so we can paint it and, you know, bag what we need to. And hopefully by the end process, it won't be like completely customized, but it'll be customized like, say, this Danan Gay. Get over here, little gay boy. Or this police Zaku. So it's not major customization, just minor customization, but I hope to make him look good and beautiful. I also might not. Sadly, the paint I want to use isn't coming in until tomorrow for the green. So I might also have to be a little conservative with with the greens that I use. And if we do airbrush, I'm gonna have to throw the camera back a little just for its own safety. But I made sure, just in case, I covered that I made sure I got rid of the reflection on the top of this, because it was just a pure mirror reflection on this thing. I swear to God I do. To make sure the little hole isn't covered. It is not covered. That is good. There's a little hole at the top to let air pass through. But, wait 1 minute. There we go. Okay, and maybe if we do end up using the airbrush, we can always learn how to clean the airbrush, because this is my first time using an airbrush, which means mistakes will happen. Now, looking at this, I feel like the magazine should be a different color, but I'm not quite sure what. It's kind of boring just having these mechanical details be as they are. I'm also testing in the background. This is more for me than you guys. Stream Ninja, and I don't think it works. Something weird about this having the magazine the other way. Oh, wait a minute. You know what I forgot to do? Move the camera, so I'm not tracking at all. Not the first time, but don't worry about it. But I hope everyone's having a good night, as we just fall into another day of balding. Okay, let's see here. And then we click on topics. What? Okay, sorry, I just got a little distracted by my own notes. Oh my god. Hello, Zaza! Well, I really like the look of the Dom Bazooka. I like the look of it. It's just that the more I look at the magazine, that's what it's called. It's just that normally magazines point inward, so it's more of a familiarity thing. It's not like a critical thing. It's just the fact that I'm so used to the magazines going forward and everything. It about to be a day for me here. Ooh. Is it gonna be a good day or a bad day? Cause, ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Also, we need to clean off this piece because I was doing some because for the preview shot I showed earlier of the bronze and copper. Actually, maybe I should get that started. I'll wait a half hour. Ah, wait a minute. How do I get it back out? I didn't have. Wait a minute. I don't have it. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Also, where's the toothbrush I used to clean that stuff off with? There it is. All the way in the back, like it belongs. There we go. Ooh. But if it's gonna be, whatever the day is, I hope that the events are not too much for you to handle. Actually, to get that test shot, because I couldn't put it into the airbrush, I actually had to use the airbrush paint and paint it on, but to do that you need to put apparently a lot of retardant onto, into the paint to paint with airbrush paint, apparently. Weird, you can like see the ghost of my hand, but you can't see much else. Ooh. But I found a YouTube channel and I keep like getting recommended it on the most random times, and it's like, how do I describe it? It is called Off the Curb Ministries, and what it is effectively conspiracy theories that always go but Jesus. Is that it's a channel that is designed to, like, you know, play off of conspiracy theory and conspiracy theory hype. And it always starts off like, ooh, you know, the Great Pyramids of Giza, this or that thing, ooh. And then by the end, it's always like, but did you know Jesus can save your soul? It's amazing. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's always, you're always just like, how long before it gets to it's ancient aliens, but instead of you're just waiting for them to go like, okay, but when do aliens come in? It's like that, but you're just waiting for them to be like, okay, how does this have to do with Jesus? It's so much fun to watch. It is just you going, it's you just making bets. Sometimes it's just real quick. He's like, Jesus, from the start. And they're like, that's boring. That's boring. I didn't have to wait for it. I didn't have to, What's the point if I don't have to wait for Jesus? You know, but other times he'll just like go like for like 10 minutes and just be like, the pyramids were like used to harvest energy. They were massive batteries, you know, to like power an electrical grid or something, and you're just like, okay. And you're like, you're kind of getting invested in like the conspiracy itself. You're like, wow, this is some wild stuff. And then he's just like, by the way, Jesus will save your soul. And you're like, all right. That's the kind of video I'm watching. I almost forgot. We're at the 10-minute mark and this is only 15 minutes long. You gotta put in a lot of Jesus to make up for it. Maybe I'll show you guys sometime, but it's really fun to watch. Ooh. Oh god. Let's see here. Hello, Derek! Oh goodness. Ooh. Welcome in. Kind of surprised Opus or Gundam. They must have both been busy. Normally they fight for the first place thing. I hope they're doing well. But we're just doing some painting, we're doing some planning today. We're gonna, well, what time is it? We're only like, we're 17 minutes in? How are we so deeply in? How are we so deep in? We've done nothing. We've not even talked yet. How does this happen to me? I've made my mistakes. Man, that looks awful. It needs like a gloss. Do I have gloss? Hold up, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can poison myself real quick. Not gloss. You are clear matte finish now. Where's my gloss? Where's my gloss finish? top coat premium. Flat. No! By the way, what in the diorama paper that was included in the box? Ooh. Here. The diorama paper included in the box. I know what you mean immediately. Let me go get it out. I don't have the box opened yet for today's stream. Oh shit, it's not in the box anymore. Is it? Ooh. The diorama, it's just a link to like Bandai's backgrounds. Like you just take a picture of your kit and you can just put a background up like it's 2004. Honestly, I think like Star Wars had like a thing for your figures that did the exact same thing. Where you just go to Bandai's website, you take a picture, you put in one of your pictures, and then like it'll just make it into a JPEG and put it in front of a background. I don't know what happened to the diorama thing. It wasn't that important, so I didn't really set it aside. I'm sorry. Helen Keller. Wow, that's a note. We'll get to that in a minute. Let me just double check for it. No. No, I don't think I'm gonna see it, but... Oh, wait, no, I found it. You just have to lose hope. Okay, this is what it was. Boost your creativity in 2 ways. Just snap a photo. Build it, snap it, scene it. That's scene as in set a scene for it. Oh, I see. I thought it was some sort of guide on how to do a diorama. They might have on the website, knowing they probably have like basic hints on how to do a diorama. Ooh, wait a minute. I haven't seen their stuff in a while, but let me check Twitter right now. And allow me to go to bookmarks. Let me go to bookmarks real quick. Because there is a guy on Twitter who explains how to do dioramas really well. All bookmarks, let me get this. Thing is, I haven't seen their content for a while. So it's probably gonna be really deep buried in there. I don't think I'm gonna find it. Yeah, it's looking like it's way too deep. Way too much, but we have a lot of topics to talk about. Like the Shy Lily stuff. We have a lot of overdue topics, actually. I'm remembering. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm not finding it, but I'm finding all the topics. Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna start sharing that on the Discord for you guys. Ooh. I'm gonna start sharing that on the Discord for you guys, and if I can find it, I will share it on the stream later or on a later stream. But yeah, it's oh, wait a minute. Oh, but it okay, wait. Let's see, build, share, connect. Does a social media, but it looks like airbrush, weathering, kit bashing. I don't know if there's like, here's the thing, there's a lot of images, but I don't know if there's any text on the forum. So it's like you can show off your airbrushing and you can look at it, but I don't know if you can like talk about your airbrushing and how you achieved, you know, your look is the issue. But it's definitely a limited social media platform as well. Before, after. I think I'm also correct for your shading and whatnot. I'm not 100% certain. Also, ain't one topping Michael Jackson and Pop. Michael is the GOAT. He is goated. That's why I did different genres. Ooh. But Michael is goated. I cannot wait for the Michael movie. I think that's April. Sorry, I just heard something in my like left ear. But the Michael movie that's coming out, I think April 24th. I'm super excited for. Oh, I found that the images can be used to train AI tech. Ah, damn it! Why do you have to ruin a neat thing? Ugh. It's an interesting concept. But of course, it's... okay, thank you for saying that. Yeah, that's disappointing. Also, I'm looking, and it's not really that good of tech. Oh my lord. I don't know how well this is going to come through on camera, but I want you to specifically look at the V-fin. I'm going to hope this will come through, but look at, you have this like little triangle here where it didn't crop it. It's not cropped, it's missing its other half of its V-fin. Yeah, the cropping isn't even that good. It literally deleted part of the V-fin. Maybe it's in the cloud, let me see. My eyes so wide open right now. I feel like an old person just going, just putting it back and forth in front of my face. Wow, that cropping is awful. Oh my god, it deleted, oh, it didn't delete, it's just it didn't see it there. Oh, wow. It's missing the back heel because it's being blocked by the stand, so the back heel is just gone. The V-fin, I don't think it's there at all. It's just, you're better using Adobe's free online service, in all honesty. Let's see here. The way they slandered MJ was disgusting. Oh, it was the worst. It was awful. Ooh. I mean, everyone believed the slander because it was what the media was telling us at the time, you know? This was before we had social media. You know, once we got social media, what we learned was, oh, the media just runs in lockstep with whatever story is just the most sensational. And so we were all fooled because we all trusted the media. And then about, 10 to 15 years ago, we found out, oh, that was a mistake. How long has the media been walking in lockstep? For a very long time. Ooh. It's disgusting, but yeah. Ooh. Don't blame yourself. Everyone got duped. Yeah, but that is not even the best. Honest, again, the Adobe. If you type in background mover Adobe, you can get a free online, a free browser version. It probably also trains AI, but fuck it. But it's better. Where you can remove the background from your images a lot more cleanly. You can also do it yourself. It's not actually that difficult. People act like it's the hardest thing ever. If you have Clip Studio, for example, or even some free software, you can control the gradients, and if you just take the picture in front of like a black background, you can control the gradient and just get the background removed by your own hand with like 1 or 2 clicks of the button. Ooh. Yeah, now that I see where you're pointing, yeah, this, it ain't pretty. It ain't. It's pretty disappointing. It's not pretty, but it is pretty disappointing. Oh, that's a shame. It trains AI and it's not even a good software. That is just, oh. That's disappointing. That is disappointing, actually, but I'm happy we took another look at that. Oh, that reminds me, I'm testing out a new software. Let me see if it's working. It is! Why is it showing my channel icon? Well, that looks tacky. So I'm trying out a new service. Not service, but I'm trying out a way to combine my chats to see how it works. And it's working, but for some reason next to, like, you have your profile picture, chat, and then next to your profile picture is my profile picture, as though I don't know you're commenting on my channel. You know, it's ugly. It looks so tacky. So I'm just like sitting next to you on every comment. I need to find a way to remove my profile pic. That looks so trashy. Oh my goodness. Hello, Ivan. Welcome, welcome. Will you ever get those Gundam trading card sets and come with a... I'm actually not 100% aware of what you're talking about. Wait a minute. Gundam trading card. Oh yeah, I saw this being shared, but I didn't get to have a good look at it. That might be... Oh yeah, and it has like 3 little dudes. I'm not quite sure how this game works. It's like Bakugan, where you get little figures to go with your playing cards. Apparently it's at Walmart. That's a lot of money. That's $144. That's a lot of money. Character Kira Yamato. Good for him. Sorry. My apologies, I didn't mean to sneeze. But ah, goodness. If it's any consolation, the fine print says it's Bandai only AI and it won't be used anywhere else. But hold up, I need to blow my nose. I'm gonna die in here. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry about that. But that makes it still confusing because they literally produce the kits. I don't know why they need to be using AI to scan kits that they make themselves. It's a little weird, to be honest. Bless you, thank you. So the thing about Gundam IBO sets, bless you, thank you. Thank you. I have all these pieces cut out. Oh god. A part of me wants to repaint this whole kit green now, and that's a terrible idea. That is an awful idea. Especially because I don't have any green airbrush paint. Let's get these shoulders cut out. Oh god, do I need to take my inhaler because of the did I sneeze so hard I got an asthma attack? There's a distinct possibility. Oh! Do I need to turn off the air? It's super cold this morning, and it's probably too warm to justify how warm to have the air on right now. I should have checked this before stream, I know. I see 8 mini sets and $35 on the new type. Is the 144 every single set combined? Maybe? That would make sense, but they're only showing one box. Let me double check real quick. Starter set. Maybe. The thing is, like, the box. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, I think it, Street Psych Gundam Assemble set. That would make sense if it's all of them put together. But it's just showing the seed, set by itself, so that's what makes it confusing. Yeah, I don't know why it's being weird. Ooh. Let me see here. It's gonna go down to the 50s. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go turn off the air real quick. Okay, it was a good thing I went out and turned off the heat, because when I walked out, the other guy just had the door open. And I was like, you know, the heat's on, and he just looks at me and goes, well, that's stupid. Just without missing a beat. Ooh. Let's see here. Copper or bronze? That's the question for the panel lining. The panel lining is going to be easier to do in bronze, so I think that we should just do it that way. And also, make the copper into the complementary side. The bronze into the complementary for the copper, so with panel line and bronze. But it has been very schizophrenic in the weather where I am right now because it is March and it just does not know what it wants to do. Hello, Ricey. Hello, 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 hello. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Kais, you're not... Oh, what the... Okay, so I have combined stream chat, and it's not working. Because I can see Kay's commenting, and it's not coming up on the combined stream chat. So, but welcome, Kay's, I do see you. Managed to catch your stream. I'll be here in YouTube, opening portal. Ooh. Make the Gundam Bale into Sanguin... I can't... Make it into the Sanguinar! I want to! Ooh. I really do want to. Oh god, what is it? Like the Humilda or whatever it's called? There's like a Viking named mobile suit in IBO that kind of looks like a Space Marine. Ooh, I can make... Wait a minute. When does the Odyssey come out? I can make it look like a Bronze Age Odyssey. No, not Odessa. Odyssey movie. 2026. Does it not have a... Wait, what? An upcoming... It just says 2026. How do we not... Wait. How do we not have a date for it? We get dates for movies that are like 3 years in advance. How do we not have a date? Make the Gundam eyes leaking blood. That would go so hard. That would go so hard. Give it that Ebola look. Oh my god. Stop giving me alternative ideas for a kit I'm already set on. Oh god. The thing is, it has those two big swords, which is so like 40k, like just my OC character. This is my OC, you know, like Dark Templar, you know, Sword Master, or my OC, you know, Champion of Sanguinius. I don't even know if that's a title, but it's like Emperor's Champion would be the Black Templar. I'm just guessing, you know, the Blood Angels would be like Emperor, like would be Champion of Sanguinius or something. But it's like he has two swords. Oh god, it would go so hard. Make it covered in blood. Oh my god. There's a way to do blood that's like viscous and like really well done. I forget how. You have to like, it's not like with a hot glue gun because that's too big. But there's some good 40k like videos that explain how to do really clean gore. And by clean gore, I mean like it looks messy, it looks disgusting, but it looks like it all comes together. Ooh. BRB, don't worry, you can take as long as you need. Stargate portal opening. I wish I could do the whoosh, the sound effect for it. I love the sound effect, it sounds so good. I like how after the first episode of Stargate SG-1, they like, in the first episode, they continue doing the thing where like when you go through the Stargate portal, because your atoms get minimized, when you come out the other end, you're all covered in frost and you're cold, because you literally got your molecules compressed. And then after the first episode, like, that's really stupid. It's like, it's time consuming to make it so that if they go through the portal every time, we have to throw frost on them. So we're just not gonna do that anymore. Here's Johnny. Ooh, I'm back. Just finished posting my last build of this month. Okay, wait a minute. Let's look at that for a quick, for a hot minute. Auto showcase. I see what you did there. See what you did there. Just an innocuous build. Kind of like how Mexico is yellow. I read that one first. You could do red rust. That implies blood. Would also make sense since Mars is red. Ooh. Ooh. The copper honestly feels more like a rust. I'm gonna be honest with you, this copper I got feels more like a rust than it does a copper. And that's what I'm having issues with, is that this is like the perfect rust. I don't know why it's called copper. It's not. It's literally, it's orange rust. And I think that's the issue I've been having with it, is why it looks so off. But yeah, Mexico's just yellow. Yeah, of course it is. You just cross the border and the sun just, you know, the atmosphere changes. Let me show off, let me show chat, you know, this very innocuous, stream-friendly image of Kay's build. Just, you know, just look at those big wings, thrusters, Vernairs. That's an absolute beautiful piece. Why are you like this? Why do you choose to be who you are? Let's get out. Wait a minute. So, oh, it's symmetrical. The arms are symmetrical for the most part, so we can cut out the pieces together. Awesome. Awesome blossom. And 14 and 13. Ba. Mexico yellow. The Odyssey looks so bad. It's literally Odyssey for modern audiences, and it's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want the people to look like Greeks or something, and then they go like, oh, well, you know, like, what is it? In Troy, those weren't Greeks, and I was like, yeah, but that's because Hollywood couldn't, like, that's because, like, the demographics were different back then. I don't look at, like, Japanese movies and go like, oh my goodness, Edward Elric in the live-action, Full Metal Alchemist is, like, Japanese. I don't, like, go, oh my god, because that's just who they can cast there. But in America, we can cast people who look the part. We just choose not to. But Helen of Troy has is fair of skin and fair of hair. Okay, so we're gonna cast a Kenyan. Fucking what? Oh my goodness! Like, it's just like, why are you the way you are? Just. Oh my god. You know, it'll say, like, you know, like, literally the Netflix adaptation. It's literally that principle where it's like, it says it's green, so you make it red. You know, it says it's orange, so you make it blue. It's just that, it's all the time. And it's like, yeah, you take liberties when you make an adaptation, but there's like a limit. There's a limit where, you know, you take liberties versus you respecting the source material. And at the point where you're just making your own stuff, the question becomes, why didn't you just make your own thing? Honestly, if you are interested in a modernized version of the Odyssey, watch Oh Brother, We're Out Thou. It's really good. Design is from Bandai in the Super Robot Wars one of the Pumpkin Bean attack is like that. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna look at Social Ninja, and I just want to see. Oh, I'm not signed in. Okay, so for YouTube, I could just. That's stupid. For YouTube, I could just have the software open, but for Twitch, I have to sign in. So tomorrow, I literally have to end the stream if I want to try again. So we're just not going to do that. We're just gonna have to try again tomorrow. Oh my god. Okay, so there's just more parameters for Twitch if I want to be able to see its chat with YouTube together. Even in the promotional pictures, Bandai poses it like that. I mean, how else are you gonna pose it? Ooh. Let's see here. The new Odyssey trailer is bad, historically accurate, or not. Honestly, I hate people who go like, oh, well, we can't have it, like, be... all the characters have to have historical fantasy armor, because we can't have historically accurate armor because people wouldn't take it seriously. Firstly, I think that's kind of bullshit. If you have a good narrative, if you have good shot composition, and you have good lighting, you have good characters, people are going to be invested in the characters, and they won't be, like, you know, finding the historical armor all that silly. Secondly, you can play with the historical armor a little. You can make it look a little less silly, to be honest. Ooh. But that's not what they did. They just made completely new fantasy armor. That's not even meant to be, like, the idea of what it looked like back then. Like, Troy, for all of its historical anachronisms and inaccuracies, it wanted to look like the idea of what Troy looked like, not what it actually would have looked like. And that is different than what Nolan is doing, which is he just wants it to look like his own thing. It doesn't look like the idea of Troy. It looks like somebody walked out of a D&D setting. And that's the issue. Also, Nolan, I don't know, I haven't heard, like, a good movie from Christopher Nolan in a while, in all honesty. Since, like, and honestly, I don't know if I've ever watched a movie from Christopher Nolan that I thought was good, I know. Bill, the, Huckabee, makes me want to torture myself playing Super Robot Wars again. Do it, you won't. Okay, so I sent a text message to the wrong person, and then the wrong person didn't tell me that I sent it to the wrong person. I freaking hate that. When you send a text to the wrong person, and then the person who receives it doesn't have the decency to be like, hey, wrong number. They just let you look like an idiot and be like, huh, I guess that person just isn't responding to me. I wonder why. No. Everyone just looks like an asshole now. Ooh, Dark Knight Trilogy, Interstellar is good. I haven't seen Interstellar, but from what I've heard of it, it doesn't sound like my cup of tea. And the second Dark Knight movie, Heath Ledger is what's good about it. I'm gonna be that guy. Heath Ledger is good. Ooh, I've heard really good things about Memento, but I haven't seen it. I've heard nothing good about Tenet, whatever it's called, Tenet. I haven't heard anything about Tenet. I haven't heard anything positive about the upcoming Odyssey. Dunkirk, I've heard good things, so there's that. I think I've heard good things about Dunkirk. That was a Nolan movie. He kind of reminds me of, like, what is his name? Ridley Scott, where Ridley Scott will come in and just hit, like, a home run out of the park, you know? He'll be like, here's Gladiator, here's my first movie, Alien, and you're like, wow, these are amazing. And then he's like, yeah, here's Prometheus, and you're like, ooh, that's not as amazing. You made the first Alien movie? That's, how? And he's like, don't worry about it, you know what, we're course correct. Oh, good, here's Covenant. Ooh. It's, like, not as bad, but, like, it's still not good. like what, and you made Gladiator? Yeah. How the hell did that happen? Like, people give shit to George Lucas all the time, but there are so much more schizophrenic directors out there than good old Georgie. Ooh. Georgie, you can map his decline and, like, you know, figure out, like, why certain things aren't as good. Ridley Scott, you're just like, okay, we're gonna roll the die. Nat 1. Shit. Nat 20 is when he's that one guy, and going back to D&D, he's that one guy in D&D who only rolls Nat 20s or Nat 1s, and you don't know how, you don't know why, but you're always on the edge of your seat to figure out which one it's gonna be. So, even as representational pieces, a lot of Hollywood films just flop. They're barely skin deep tackling the stuff they want to represent, and more than checking the a lot of modern films especially, they don't want to take risks. And they just wanna, you know, I mean, a lot of it is kind of in the cycle. What happens in Hollywood is you'll have movies that take risks. You'll have movies that are trying to figure out what's the next genre of film. You know, in the 90s is one of the best examples of this. Nobody knew what we should do in the 90s, so they just made adaptations of things like Men in Black, you know, this weird comic, and they're like, yeah, let's make that, and it was a banger. They made, you know, like this cyberpunk that actually was in reality a post-apocalypse, you know, Messiah story, and it's called The Matrix, and it's fire. Well, at least I remember the first one being fire. You know, they make a Knight's Tale because they're like, we don't know, let's make like a sports movie historical classic thing, and it's fire. You know, like during the experimental phases, it's like we get these really interesting things because nobody knows what's the safe thing to do. So everyone is trying to do what they think is just like they can do. And then you get phases like, you know, you have like the noir era, which has good movies, but you have the superhero era recently, where Disney just pumped out a bunch of superhero films and they were safe, and some of them were really good, but overall they were just being made because they were the safe bet. And that's the most boring era a lot of times. Early on, you have interesting things like the first Iron Man movie, you know, like film noirs. You have a lot of interesting film noirs early on, but as you go farther along, it gets more and more safe, more and more formulaic, where they're like, this is what gets money back, you know? Men in Black 3 is underrated, we'll get to that. But this is what gets money back. And you'll still have good things, just like how like you have good film noirs in the late noir era, and in post-noir, like Blade Runner is a noir. It's a neo-noir, but it's still a noir. You have like movies post that era that are still good. Oh crap, I just ruined my paint. And like you have Joker at the end of the superhero genre and whatnot. Like you still have those good films, but everything becomes, but you get a lot more Love and Thunder is what you have by the end of the cycle, where people are bored with it and they think that they can do anything they want and it'll still make money. Ooh. Sometimes I get a flashbang my brain about the autism movie made by Sia, the musical artist. I don't know that one. But Men in Black 3 is underrated. I think Men in Black 3 is probably better than Men in Black 2. Because Men in Black 2 was really them kind of coasting, and they're like, what do we do? I don't know, let's just do what the first movie did, but like, not at all. Well, the third one, they try to do something at least with the third one, and it is fairly interesting. I would honestly rewatch the third one just to like, not because it's better, but more because I'm more interested in what's going on mechanically in the third one. Ooh, I have not seen the third one enough to say it's better than the second one definitively, but it feels better in all honesty. The first one is still the GOAT. The first Iron Man is only a great Marvel movie. People always say that like the first Captain America is great, but there's some weird fucking editing in that movie. Where that movie was like very much like cut together, and at like the last minute, there is some weird edits in that film that are really jarring and not well done. There's like when they're chasing the like the Delta Wing plane, for example, if I think it is, this edit lives rent-free in my brain, where the characters just like teleport, and they only teleport like 15 feet, but it's really obvious they teleport 15 feet. Like they had like a 10-second clip that they just cut out for time for some reason. It's like that kind of edit, and those type of edits are just throughout the first Avenger, Captain America. It's such a like. Also, I just don't think the story's as good as people like make it out to be. But the first Iron Man is pretty fire. The Sam Raimi movies are pretty nice. You know, oh, they're not as like, you know, they don't have the formula as well down as the modern Marvel movies. It's like, well, yeah, because they're still trying to figure things out. And because they were willing to take risks, you get really cool shit in those films as well. Oh, the Doc Ock scene doesn't make sense in some parts. Yes, but do you realize that while you're watching it, or after you watch it and you slow down the footage? You know, like how Doc Ock just gets more bags of money to throw at Peter. You know, he just throws like, he has 4 bags of money and then throws 6 bags of money at Peter. And it's like, okay, but that's like watching an action film and going, hey, you know, he fired 31 rounds from a 30-round magazine, and you're like, nobody fucking cares. Like, it's cool. Like, yes, it would be better if they had that attention to detail, but That is so small in the grand scheme of things. Remember the Elio Pixar film? Yes. I haven't seen it, but yes. It was supposed to be about a kid being gay-coded. Gay-coded. I fucking hate that term. You know, it's not a kid. The kid's not gay. He's just gay-coded. I hate that term so much. But I know what you mean. I'm not saying like I'm annoyed by you using it. I'm annoyed by the terminology. Actually, wait a minute. If we do bronze, if we do copper in place of the red areas, then we can do bronze on the blade handles, and it won't look as out of place because bronze will be the complementary color for the panel lining. We should do copper. Also, we need to I think that's pretty. I think that's actually a good. I think that's a good idea. But yeah, not being traditionally masculine. But they removed that part of the film because it's offensive. Well, it probably just wasn't written well, in all honesty. A lot of these movies just are not written well. They're written for the message first, and then it's like the question of, oh wait, how do we communicate? How do we actually make a story of like likable characters come second? Because they think, oh, because the character is this way, because like the character's identity, they're just inherently likable. You know, well, he's autistic, so they'll just like him inherently, right? Because they'll feel sorry for him being autistic or something. It's like really weird psychology. But they think that the identity is enough for the character. And they don't bother writing the character, and that's why the characters are so bad. Like how Captain Marvel is a strong, independent woman, and so they didn't need to write her character, but because they didn't write her a character, all she is a asshole. She's just an asshole. She like breaks people's hands and like steals their things. But it's okay because she's a strong, independent woman. And this is the problem, is that like they write the characters, but they forget to give them character, so they just become caricatures. So now the movie just doesn't make sense because they have to Frankenstein parts back together. And that's the thing. Is that they had no theme past the they had Frankenstein's things back together. Is that all they had wasn't a message, wasn't a universal message. They had a message built around the character's identity, not a message built around a universal identity, about a concept. Ooh. And so when you take away the identity of the character, they have nothing to work with. And so it all falls apart. That's why it all falls apart, because, like, let me put it like this. If in Toy Story, Woody was an army soldier instead of a cowboy, would that really change the story? If he was a G.I. Joe figure, would that really change the story? No, because the G.I. Joe figure is the old, you know, action figure. And the, you know, you have the new Space Ranger figure. You know, it still has the old versus the new. The being left behind themes would still be there. Ooh. And that's because it has more of a universal message where the subtle things are still there. I'm not sure if I'm communicating this all too well. I'm a mile a minute. They've shown off earlier scripts of that movie, and he was supposed to be like a fashion, and his father a military man. Doesn't like that. Why did they make it into his mother? No, it wasn't. Was it his mother, or was it like his cousin who was like his legal guardian? I think it was his mother. And that is what caused the conflict. So it was this fucking stereotype. It was. So they tried to do High School Musical, where it's like, son, you're gonna go into basketball. And it's like, no, I want to be a singer. Woohoo! And it's like, no, son of mine's gonna sing. He's gonna do musicals. Now let me do a musical number about how you're not gonna do musicals and how you're gonna be a basketball player. Excuse me. Ooh. But that is a tired out trope where it's like the dad. Ooh. But yeah, then they changed it. They changed it from a tired out trope, it sounds like, of just like, the dad doesn't accept that the son is a little fruity, that he's a little bit of a tom girl, to, oh, the son is autistic, and they don't know how to connect with them. And it's just like, but nobody's really figured out how to write that so far. They just removed the liking fashion part and keep everything else, so they have to think of a reason why his father is pissed. Does he have a dad? I thought he had like a military mom who's distant in that movie. Basically that foe is the initial script, yes, but oh wait. There's also the alien. The aliens is like now I don't know if you're talking about like the alien is like, you know, the one into fashion. Ooh. And like the alien, because the alien has a dad, has like daddy issues as well, but that's not flushed out either. It's just a mess. It's a mess. So that is somehow offensive, and they change it into something worse somehow. It's just they just don't know what they're doing. Ooh. It's like how in Turning Red, the main antagonist, she gets the daughter twerks at her mom, and that's just a scene. It's like what are we? Remember WALL-E and how like the first 20 minutes of that film have no dialogue? Do you remember WALL-E and how the first part of that movie is just a robot going about his day, and we get to watch the robot be a robot fulfilling his programming, and it's just engaging to see what it does, how it lives, quote unquote, and how it gets through its day. And we're just like, wow, this is like really fascinating. How at the start of Incredibles we get to see where the Incredibles were, where the supers were, how they were heroes and how they got outlawed. And then we see him in the office, and we get that we have the juxtaposition of then versus now. You know, how we have this artistry in these things, and the ruins of Earth as WALL-E goes through them. All the bright colors of the opening of The Incredibles, and it's all drab whites and grays, you know, once it gets to the modern era, or modern for them, it's like the 80s still. But it gets to like, you know, him being an office worker, and it's all drab, there's no more bright colors and whatnot. And it's just... I miss when they were good to look at. Like, I'm not even going into themes yet of films. It's just, now all the films, they're bright from the beginning. They're these colorful cacophonies that have no depth to them. Nothing can be challenging in either direction. It's just, ugh. It's just ugh. Ugga bugga. I still can't get over Inside Out and Inside Out 2, chat. I watched those movies like last month. I can't get over how horrible their messaging is. Just some of the worst messaging I've ever seen in film. Inside Out. Oh, you feel sad so other people can, like, pity you, and you can, you know... That's why sadness, you know, sadness exists so other people can, you know, pity you. And it's like, well, that can build a mentality where you think sadness is a healthy emotion, where sadness isn't just a temporary thing you use to get through. There's not a temporary reaction, but it is something that you can milk for attention. And then people do. Inside Out 2, I still can't get over the fact that she develops anxiety and then 3 days later has an anxiety attack. And it's just like, what is going on? Like, anxiety attacks are supposed to take months, if not years, to develop from, like, having anxiety itself. Ooh. And there's a lot of warning signs, there's a lot of build-up, and it's just like, nah. Nah, just one day you can just wake up and just be an anxious wreck. And I'm like, I think you might have something worse than anxiety if you just wake up one day and you're just having a panic attack. You might need medication. Boys, back to the autism movie. The director wants to make a movie about the autism to show her care for autistic people. Why not just make it for people who are awkward? Why make it specifically for autistic people? You know, and also that's like her, the reason you just gave is not for autistic people, it's for herself. The fact that you have her saying, if that is actually what she said, show her care for autistic people. She doesn't want to hire autistic actors or work with them. But she does. Okay, you see, right there is exactly it. As though, like, firstly, most autistic people are just functional. They're a little awkward, in all honesty. But in all honesty, that's her logic. Why does she want to make a movie about autism? To show that she cares, not to show people about the struggles of autism, not to show people about like, you know, that just because somebody's socially awkward doesn't mean that they're less of a person. No, it's to show that she cares. It's performative. That's the problem. So the main character is pretending to sorry, that's one. Two, she made autism into a stereotype. They always do. They always do. The best examples of autism in movies are always the characters who are like accidentally autistic. Oh god, who are good examples of characters that are just like, oh, that's an autistic person, and the writer did not intend for that. The one that comes to mind is like in what is it? In the John Cena show, Peacemaker. In that one, Vigilante's just super autistic. That character's just like, he's either autistic or a sociopath, and I can't tell which one. And that's pretty much all autistic characters that are done well. You're like, I'm not sure if they're autistic or a sociopath, but they're a really good representation of autism either way. And the main character is very stereotype, having every, and I mean every single symptom of autism. Does he have tics? Does he have tics? Does he have like borderline Tourette's? Cause he's like, eh. Does he do that? You know? Does he do what I do? Does he go to? Does he do that like I do? Does he go? You know? When he's trying to think, does he pace a lot? Does he make random noises? You know, when he's thinking through things. Ooh. Is he just like me for real? Or is he like really annoying when you say like all the stereotypes where it's just like, what are the really annoying autism stereotypes? Oh, they just get anxious really easily, and then they lose their shit really easily, and they're always like, Oh god. Hollywood always imagines autism as a, they also imagine autism as a superpower, like in the Predator movie. You know, they say autism is the next step of evolution. Who says that? Who says that? No one says that. Nobody ever looks at an autistic person and goes like, God, I wish I was him. I wish I had tics, you know, verbal and non-verbal tics. I wish I just, you know, had like borderline Tourette's. I wish that was me. I wish I didn't know how. I wish I had capacity for empathy, but did not know how to act, but was, you know, not self-assured enough to act upon it. I wish that was me, guys. I wish I was, you know, extrovert. I wish I was, you know, had an extroverted nature, but had, introverted tendencies. I wish that was me, chat. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. Does he make the, Taco Bell or McDonald's sound? I can't do the McDonald's sound because that's actually trademarked and I can get sued. If you, unironically, if you do the ba-da-ba-ba, and you know the last note, but if you do that in like a TV show, or I mean, I could do it. I won't get in trouble if I go ba-da-ba-ba-ba, and then you say the I'm loving it. If you do that, you can actually like. McDonald's will come down on you like just a avalanche. They just will come down on you. It's like how you can't say, are you ready to, and then, you know, you can't say rumble, so you have to say crumble or something, because that's also trademarked. You know, you can't say the are you ready to, wait for it, rumble, because that's also trademarked. It's so stupid. But for the Taco Bell, I can't do it. I don't watch enough ads, but it's like the dong dong. Wait, no, that's Law and Order. That's Law and Order. Yeah, I would like a quesadilla. Dun dun. I'd like a quesadilla with a side of justice. Dun dun. All I can think of is the Taco Bell dog, though. The yo quiero Taco Bell. That dog is dead, and I want you all to feel sad about that. Okay? You didn't love him enough, and that's why he died. It's your fault, chat. Why did you kill the Taco Bell dog, chat? Why would you do that? Why didn't you love him enough? He would have been immortal like Puxatawny Phil. Puxatawny Phil, like 230-something years old. The groundhog in Pennsylvania. Totally immortal. Believe me, trust me, bro. I missed the dollar menu, man. I missed the $5 menu. Oh, one of my favorite moments while watching him film was watching Blade Runner in 2019 and being like, huh. Was it like $1.25, $1.50 to use the phone booth? And I was like, wait a minute, if I go back to when this film was made and it was like only a nickel, only like a quarter to use the phone booth, how much would that be in inflation? And they got the inflation like exactly correct between when the movie came out, which was like, I think, I forget when Blade Runner came out actually, but when the Blade Runner came out to 2019, they got the inflation almost spot on. Which is as you're sitting there like, oh, that's cool. Things were a lot cheaper. Taco Bell employees wearing lawyer outfits and serving Taco Bell. That's also good. Oh, dude, I'm just imagining one of those really shitty AI edits of just like Jeff Goldblum, you know, just like, here you go, you know, or, what's the guy? Because Men in Black as well. Let's go to Men in Black. That guy was also on Law and Order, the guy who played Edgar the Bug. That guy was crazy. That guy, just as the show went on, they just made his character crazier and crazier. They're just like, why not? Ooh. Like, there's like a legend that like supposedly he was trying to get kicked off the show, so he just made his character crazier, but I don't know how true that is, but like his character gets like, what is it? There's an episode where they have to investigate medical abuse inside of an asylum or inside of a medical facility. And so his character pretends to go crazy to get institutionalized and put into the institution, and then the episode is just him being tortured in the institution. And it's just, God, there's so much anti-asylum propaganda in America throughout the years that all asylums, all like medical facilities are just, you know, torture facilities, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. When in actuality, like, most of the time, what an asylum is, 99.9% of the time, is like what we see in King of the Hill, where it's just a facility. It's just like, hey, we think you might be a danger to yourself and others, so like, here's some pills to calm your mood. You can leave anytime you want, because you checked yourself in, but we will recommend whether or not you should or should not leave, and if you do leave, we do recommend you continue the medication. It's just really fucking chill. But then you have, again, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is like, oh my god, they lobotomized him. And it's just like lobotomies were done in like the 40s and 50s. And pretty much when people actually looked at what lobotomies were doing, they're like, oh wait, why are we doing this? This is really stupid. It was literally a medical fad. But then if you have like, if anyone was to tell you, they act like it was something we did from like 1800 to like the year 2000, where like everyone was just, if you ever went into an asylum, they'd just lobotomize you immediately. And it's just, again, you just look at the reality, and what actually was the case was, yeah, some people were lobotomized, mostly people who are histrionic and whatnot. A lot of times they signed themselves up for lobotomies because they were by doctor recommendation, leading to, again, it was just a medical fad. And maybe I should, there are some current medical fads happening right now which will be looked upon like lobotomies. I'm gonna vague post and leave it at that. It was not true in the 50s through 70s. Oh, that is not true. 50s through 70s, not 40 through 50s. 50s through 70s. So I got the time scale a little mixed up.
But people do act like it was something that was happening, like, throughout the last 200 years. When it was something that was going on through a, 2.5 to 3 decade period, which is a long time. Ooh. Let's see here. There were dens of mad scientists. It depends on which place we were looking at. Some places were just, like, people who were just, like, I have the cure to, like, where they were, like, I have the cure to, like, you know, solving people's madness. We just put a, what is it? We put a whisk into their brain and we scramble it, you know? And it's like, okay, so you just kill them effectively. And it's like, yeah! And then other places, though, would have just been like, yeah, we just kind of keep them under wraps. It's really, from what I've seen, a mix. And the worst examples are the ones we look back on. But there were bad people who absolutely in those institutions. But we like to treat it like the idea that everyone in the institutions were bad people because of those little bastards. What is the piece I'm looking for? 1 second, chat. Oh, it looks like all the pieces are on this sprue. Yeah, the asylum started out well until they were made public, where the people started sending unwanted family members and elderly. Oh, that's also a problem. Then the asylums got overburdened because of stuff like that, yeah. Ooh. And then because they went public, what happened is that, like, the government was, like, the one who was reliant on the asylum systems. And then the government was like, well, this is just not worth having because it worked better when it was a private system. And then they no longer had public asylums because they shut those down for the most part. But then no private asylums came back up to replace them because everyone had gone like a generation or two without having private asylums. So those were just like made extinct effectively. And it's all just a shit show. And now we have a bunch of people walking the streets in America who is just like, oh, well, you know, he stabbed a person 20 times. But he's a good kid. He just doesn't know that he did is bad. And then he's in the courtroom and he's like, no, I know what I did is bad and I'm gonna do it again. And they're like, oh, he's just an innocent little soul. Send him back on the street and give him a knife. You know what? Give him your sharpest knife, you know? And just in case he needs it. Oh, God. And then you read Starship Troopers and you go like, Heinlein, did you predict the future? And he goes, because he's dead. But if he was alive, he'd be like, no, I just like made up a background to explain how they got there. Like, I wasn't trying to predict the future. It's just a coincidence that we're living in it. Bad apples are everywhere. Bad apples are everywhere. Let's see here. We're gonna build the hands now. We're missing a hand. We have this hand. We have the back of 4 hands, but we're missing a hand, I can see. And I'm trying to see where it is. It has to be a trigger hand, because we're missing a right hand, and that is always, the 4th right hand is always a trigger hand. So give me 1 moment as I try to figure it out. It's not going to tell me where it is unless I go to the part in the instructions. Give me 1 moment. I wish, speaking of asylums, I really wish the actress from, who played the antagonist in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I wish she was in more movies. She is so good wherever I see her in something. The, nurse, is it Ratchet or Cratchit? But the nurse Ratchet character, every time I see her in something, and it's too few when I see her in something, I'm like, oh, there she is. I think she was a good character actor, if I remember correctly. Whenever she pops up, it's like when I see Renee from Deep Space Nine. When I see Odo in something, I'm like, oh, there he is! There's our boy! She's one of those actors where you're just like, oh, why wasn't she in more stuff? She needed a better agent, because she was just a monster in that film. She was a savage in that film. When she literally wheels away Jack Nicholson and just brings him back lobotomized. Spoilers. I think I did that in the wrong order. You're just like, damn. And you're not surprised in the slightest. You're like, that happened, but you're just like, yeah, this is and she just has the coldest expression on her face. Nurse Ratchet. Oh my god, like wretched. I fucking miss when we had balls to name characters like that. Yeah, she's a really wretched woman. Name her Nurse Ratched. I miss that. Now if a movie came out today like that, because you had people like Ebert and whatnot, where, sorry, not Ebert and whatnot, but you had people who wanted to be like Ebert and whatever the other guy is. And I'm not really a fan of Ebert to begin with, but they're the people who wanted to be like them. You come out with a character like Nurse Ratched today, and they'd be like, oh, Nurse Ratched, like wretched, oh, how original, oh. Though, like, most of them wouldn't even get that. They wouldn't even get that reference. They wouldn't even understand that. Ooh. But the ones who did would be like, oh, you know, like, you're, and like, that's terrible. Meanwhile, they'll, like, look at, like, Lord of the Rings, and you'll, like, have a character named, like, Darkman Evil Face, and they're like, this is a true classic, and it is. And it is. He's like, what is this character? He's like Sauron, but more of a man. Saruman. How did Tolkien do it? Because he was the GOAT. He was the GOAT when you could still get away with naming characters like that. She-Spider. No, She-Spider's too on the nose. What's the Greek word for spider? Lobe. She-Lobe. Got it. Louis Fletcher, Siskel and Ebert. Thank you. I was probably saying Ebert, wasn't I? Their takes, like all critics, I'm like, oh, they have some good takes, they have some bad takes. I think the problem isn't really the fact that, like, their takes were good or bad, is that people, and this isn't their fault either, it's the popularization of critics like them, where they had a bunch of copies of, like, where people wanted to be like them, but instead of having their own voices like Ebert and Siskel had, they just copied Siskel and Ebert, but they don't have the background or the real, I don't want to say charisma, but like they aren't Siskel and Ebert, so they're just hollow copies, and it's so annoying. You can tell when somebody's a Siskel and Ebert copy immediately. They had takes that I liked, takes that I didn't like. I think their take on the Black Hole is like one of the worst criticisms I've ever seen. And the Black Hole isn't even a good movie. It's a very flawed movie. But instead of talking about all the, like, actual flaws of the movie, they're just like, it's a Star Wars ripoff. And it's like, fucking... like, there's so much wrong with this movie and so much good about it. And you just have Siskel and Ebert just going, we're gonna just be like, oh, that red flying robot, that's Darth Vader. And it's like, I fucking hate you people so much. Like, oh, the Black Hole special effect, which looks beautiful, by the way. They're like, oh, it looks like a big donut. And I'm like, I want to crucify you. I just saw that Rick Dom GQ version in my country, Indonesia, my man. Ooh! I hope you were able to pick it up, man. If you're interested in it, that is. What piece am I? I'm trying right now to find the trigger hand so we can assemble the hands real quick. And then for the last hour to half hour of the stream, we're gonna try to not damage my camera while I set up and airbrush some parts. But let me, real quick, I just don't know where this piece would be. Let me see what color it is. Those are dark. Where is the trigger hand? We have B. Okay, wait. Unless there is no trigger hand, but there's 4 back of hands. There is 1 open hand. There is the open hand. Why would they have 4 back of hands, but only 3 hands? I don't know, so I'm just gonna start assembling these. There are 3 colors, technically. I don't remember if the 3rd color has been released yet. It will be P Bandai, just gonna say that right now. But there is the, standard release, which we are building right now, the purple. I cannot remember if it's also standard release or if it's P Bandai, so we're just gonna say probably P Bandai, the Chalia Bowl Blue. And then there's a good likelihood that if those sell well, they will release the standard release, mass production green version. That will be P Bandai. So there are 3 colors, and 2 are released right now. and the third will likely be released, but I will not guarantee that. Oh, that's why there's a fourth back of the hand. This is the one that has the wires coming out. Okay, so I was just looking for I was looking for something that doesn't exist. Yeah, the blue version. The blue version. Chalia Bowl is the blue version. I really like the grappling hooks that they have in GQ. That's just kind of like a really big thing for GQ. Is just getting in close combat mecha seem to be the standard for GQ. So they all have like these little grapple hooks. Which the grapple hooks themselves just make sense for like landing procedures and whatnot, for safer recovery of pods and materials and whatnot after a battle. So it's just not like a random thing they have, and as we see, they can be used for maneuvering with Sugai. Destroy the Gundam! But we like the Gundam. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. I know I've been talking a lot because it's getting warmer in this room. I'm filling it with my hot air. Okay, so I need to text that person back. Wonderful. I do not want to use I want to use my notes, my bookmarks to find topics, because there's a bunch of old topics. I have lips, conspiracy theorists being proven true. I talked about that one on stream, actually. I really hope I don't damage my camera. I'm gonna try to pull it back so it's not going to get hit. But like, I really hope I don't damage the camera with the painting. I might need to get a cover for the future, like a little plastic cover for it, but today we're gonna freeball it. We're gonna be extra careful. We're gonna pull the camera way back. Just finished building the Miguel mobile gin and posted on stream. Ooh, the Miguel. Ooh, Batmanuel. One of my favorite Batman parody names is Batmanuel from The Tick. It's so good. He looks shorter. He looks short. I feel like General Grievous now. Just like, Miguel Jin. I thought you'd be... Wait, no, he says I thought you'd be older. So I feel like Anakin, because Anakin's the one who says I thought you'd be taller. I don't know, God, that paint, that plastic would probably be awful to paint. I've painted enough plastic to know. I mean, it's a custom kit, so you probably wouldn't want to paint it to begin with, to be fair. But my eyes immediately, even before you finished it, were on that. And yeah, it looks nice though. It looks like a really, really nice kit. Especially for its age. I wonder on its posability. Does it have any real posability, or is it kind of just like, I stand now? I stand and bend my arms. Can it kind of rotate itself a little? Ooh. It looks like it definitely has a at the waist, definitely has a rotation at the waist. It probably doesn't have the best ab crunch though, to be fair. It is an old kit from the early 2000s, but you can still be surprised. It can still feel pretty flexible. I mean, this is a kit from 2007, so. But I mean, I have the Gelgoog cannon, and the Gelgoog cannon, I mean, like, it's not doing much in posability, but it can still look pretty nice in its own way. Ooh, you can be surprised by older kits at times. I say this while I'm being surprised that the wrists don't close up properly. I'm noticing is that you can see how they're splitting a little. Oh wow. Also, oh wow, that hand detail. That is really good hand detail for 2007. Actually, can we take a moment and appreciate this beautiful, beautiful hand? For 2007, I don't know how well this is coming through on camera, but for 2007, that is a really beautiful hand detail. Oh my lord. I'm just gooning over the hands of of a Gelgoog right now, excuse me. Cool. But yeah, if there's one old kit I would recommend, it would be the Gelgoog. The Gelgoog holds up surprisingly well. It's easy to build. It looks really, really good. You might think like, oh, its proportions might look a little wonky because it's so old. But this is like when they were finally figuring out like the modern proportions they use. Ooh. So it actually proportionally looks pretty well next to your other kits. Gelgoog is absolute peak. It is. Any chance on the third-party Master Grade 3.0 hand? God, I've been so busy with other things that I just completely forgot about that. I had it all ready to order and get, and then I didn't. So I'm gonna have to go and find that tab on my computer and order it. And if I don't find that tab, I know where I was going to order it from. I think it was Gundam Planet, or it was maybe, I think it was Gundam Planet. I'm not quite sure. I did find a place to order some stuff from, and I'm gonna try to, if it looks proper. But yeah, I never hit order effectively on that because I'm dumb. I won't paint into the whole thing, but I will add panel lining and some painting detail on the side. It could, honestly, for a kit its age, it actually kind of looks it looks surprisingly well without panel liner. And that's because it has a nice geometry that catches the light very well, in all honesty. Ooh, but panel liner will really help it pop. Yeah, I have the Master Grade 1.0 gun cannon and the Nemo, and they are still really good in terms of design shape. Yeah. Sometimes they just hit them out of the park. And you're like, why don't they make a Revive / 2.0? And it's like, because honestly, the original kit ain't that bad. It's like in 40K. A lot of people are like, why don't they update this kit? And it's like, because it would look better if they updated it, but like, honestly, it holds up really well. And a lot of times if they did update it, they'd make it worse. That's more of a 40K thing. No. Wait. Okay, you're the hand that goes here. Got it. Okay. Oh, my Lanta. Okay. Oh, yo, are you a high-grade seed kits are such a fucking goofy ass faces like some bootleg attempts copying a Gundam? They're old. As we said, they're early 2000s. They're old. They're old unknown. They're just old little fellas. Ooh, they are a little goofy, but I think they're locking in. This is like them going from the 90s where everything was just like, they were more like statuettes with movable arms to actually having proper figures that you can move. And so it's like Seed is really just the sacrificial lamb of Gundam, isn't it? Where Seed is just like, it's just like the real grades and the high grades is how they figured out how to do proper real grades is by just making a bunch of Seed kits and failing at them or not really delivering as well as they could. But in the process, because we have all those really rough Seed kits, we now have things like the new Gundam. We have things like the real grade Zazabi, which still has its problems. But we have the new real grade kits, which are just amazing. And the same thing goes for the high grades. Because we had those teething issues with Seed kits, they have the problems. But because they had those problems, we now have the modern Gundam kits that are so much better. Well, more like the 2010 kits. For the case of Seed. I'm surprised they did a Master Grade Mobile Jin. Did they? Gelgoog is such a funny design. It really looks like a variant, especially of the Re-Gelgoog. It is a funny design, and it took me forever to appreciate its design. For the longest time, I was like, this is just goofy looking. This looks stupid. For the longest design, I wasn't a hater, but I was like, this design, I just can't get behind. And now it's one of my favorite designs in all of Gundam. I've not had a bigger 360 on a design more than the Gelgoog. Let's see here. I can understand and call for call for it because the articulation is really limited. Oh, on these older kits, absolutely. It's still limited. Yeah, that's the Gelgoog is still limited in its articulation. What are we doing? Having trouble lining up this piece, apparently. Am I doing this wrong? No, it's just really hard to line up. I understand the call for it because the articulation really limited, but I really don't like the bunch of new panels. Sometimes, yeah, they kind of mess up the aesthetic sometimes, and that's what I was... Sometimes they go too detailed, as weird as that might sound. There's a balance between animation accurate and, like, psychologically accurate and updating the design, and it's very hard to hit. I don't know... Oh, okay, so I am putting on the wrong one. So it's this one that goes here. I didn't see there's little teeth there. And so it's this one. I don't know why they're sided. They look symmetrical, but whatever. Old bootleg Gundam Seed and 2000 kits are goofy before the 3D scanning technology. Yeah, I suppose also 00 also was the teething. Though I feel like 00 would have been, because it was more later, would have been the teething. So like that's where we get, because of 00, we get kits like Iron-Blooded Orphans, which are better. And Iron-Blooded Orphan kits have their problems. But because Iron-Blooded Orphans, they experiment and they try to do things without polycaps, you get the Witch from Mercury kits, which are pretty good, but they have their own problems. And the Witch from Mercury kits lead into the GQ kits, you know? It's like it's all just a process. And for all the shit we give Bandai, rightfully, at the end of the day, Bandai does try to improve their designs over time. And I will always be grateful for that, is that you can very much see Bandai improving their builds. But the Revive Seed and Seed Destiny kits is pretty good, I'd hope so. Recently got the Legend Gundam Revive, and it's a big difference. Even the somewhat newer kit is kind of goofy. The High Grade Freedom Revive and Real Grade Freedom got really goofy faces, and let me see if I can find... The faces on Gundams are really hard to pull off, I find. It's a preference thing. I never look at Gundam faces all that much, but... When you look, the longer you look at a Gundam face, the longer you can realize there's this weirdness with it. Like, I love Zaku's, but you look at a Zaku face and you're just like... It can look weird really easily. If its piping is too, if its gas mask is too long, it looks like a Gelgoog. If its like mono eye is too wide, it looks like a Hyzak. Like, it's really easy to mess it up. And again, that's the whole balancing what's like animation accurate versus what is really there versus what, like, how we imagine it. It's not the most desirable thing. Ooh. Oh, the orange color version Goof is ignited is getting a revive too. Yeah. Honestly, when you were talking about it, I thought like when you were saying you were building it, you were making the Goof ignited revive. Ooh, sorry, that's what I thought your kit was initially, because it was all orange, and I was like, no, that looks like an older kit actually. Progress and improvement, ye. Ooh, well, at least the Gundam faces don't have mouths like Transformers. Yeah, some Transformers, you know, they can get away with having big succulent lips. But most look better without them. You know, Wheeljack, just give him a mouth cover. It's so easy. Give Optimus Prime a mouth cover. It makes voice acting also a lot easier. You know. Just give him mouth covers, you know? Megatron, he needs lips, you know? Megatron needs lips, but when you get a figure, it's always so weird to have a figure that small and then they have lips, and their expressions, if you get like if you get it off by a millimeter, the expression can just be completely ruined with lips. Meanwhile, Optimus Prime, you know, he just has a faceplate, he has this, you know, his cold, dead eyes, and you're like, yeah, it's peak no matter what. Starscream, though, you know, he has a smirk, and if the smirk is like 1 millimeter too high, he looks like too much of an asshole. And you might be like, how is that possible? It's Starscream. He can't be too much of. And it's like, listen, I didn't think it was possible either, but I've seen some Starscream's kits where he looks too sassy. Starscream has to have that undertone of insecurity about him, where he's like, I want to be the leader, but I'm terrified of Megatron. You need to have that undertone with him. I'm looking at which piece is which. I think these are symmetrical. They are symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. But what we're gonna do now is regret my life decisions, because apparently I do not know where the tape is. There it is. We're gonna do exactly what I did with a previous kit, and that is the Danan Gay. Where is my gay? Where is my gay? Where is my gay? Where's the gay? There's the gay. So for this kit, what I did to get this stripe on his head was I just used the tape and I taped it off. Then I put 2 pieces of tape on either side, then removed the middle tape. I have to do this with my bare hand, so put up with it for a second. Oh, at least the Gundam, wait. Don't have anything that can change for me. I already read that. Always Sunny in Philadelphia is such a weird thing. So that's the bookmark I have. And it's the fact that one of the best actors you will ever see in your life, the guy who plays Dennis Reynolds, I forget his real name, but is unironically like an amazing actor who went to Juilliard, and he is just phenomenal. Like he's in, like, if you actually see him in like not a real movie, because that sounds disparaging, but when you see him like in like a movie and whatnot, like you appreciate it. But in Always Sunny, you know, because of the comedy, you don't really appreciate just like what he's doing is actually really hard. Like the fact that he can snap from just like this happy guy who's like, I'm just a normal, well-adjusted person, to being like, I'm full sociopath mode. Ooh. The fact that he can snap to that so seamlessly is actually just like, it's pretty much him being able to change character instantaneously, and that's really, really impressive. I'm trying to figure out, no. Okay. Check Stram Talk. Okay. I like the middle one. I don't like the right one. Is that weird of me? I don't like the right one. The V fins are too disconnected. The yellow V fins are they're too thin. The face is too small. Like the middle one looks like an angry son of a bitch who's gonna like kill you and your entire family. The one on the like left feels like he's just like an innocent little guy who's, you know, about to commit some war crimes and doesn't even know it. While the like one on the right, it doesn't know what it wants to be. I can't see. Does it have mouth vents? Yeah, but they're really hard to see. It's a little too scrunchy. It's more rounded, which is nice, but I like the more accentuated vents on the head of the first two. What else do we have? There's something about the one on the right. I'm just not digging it. Is that weird of me? Well, what are those? What? Oh, wait a minute. Did it say what those were? There's another one. Oh, there's more. I don't know what the hell is going. Those eyes look awful. I'm sure that you're supposed to do stickers or something, or paint them or something, but I fucking hate those eyes, man. I hate how the eyes have panel lining. It's like they're a Halo. It's like they're a visor from Halo or something. Ooh, and like in Halo, those the visor lines are make or break, and these visor lines are breaking it for me, man. Oh my god, it's like a fucking 343 EOD helmet. I ain't digging it. I don't dig it. I hate those not panel lines. I hate those visor lines. I fucking hate them. It makes the eyes look bigger than they are, but also smaller than they are. Like they are both big, too big and too small. It is just, I don't know what's going on with it. How many Freedom Gundam kits they made for a Freedom movie? I don't know. I don't know, probably quite a few.
Oh, at least 50. I fucking hate this thing. I fucking hate this. Oh, God. Fucking... Oh, God, I hate this vent, this mouth vent that's see-through as well. Oh, God, it's like asymmetrical. You seeing this? That's like, oh, God. I fucking hate this thing. There's so much I hate about this.
It's a face comparison of older versus newer seed kits. You can see the still have gotten it down. Even the 2016, they right one. Sorry, 2016 with the right one is the first 2 picks.
Okay. So this is 2016 over here, I think you're saying. You're saying it's on the right? Because I don't, with Japanese, it's like, they read in the opposite direction, so I don't know if they present pictures in the opposite direction. So, like, I wouldn't know, like, because, you know, Japanese, if it'd be, like, oldest to newest or oldest to newest, you know? I just don't know how they do it. But, yeah, that is
a mixed bag. Yikes. Ooh, that's a yikes. That's like Edo with 7 people. Welcome, welcome. We're being very judgmental about Bandai Designs. How's it going with you? You were doing a charity stream. I hope that went very well. I'm Purple, by the way. How are you? I am. Wait, I have to do my intro. I'm moving a mile a minute. So let's slow down. I am Seth King, your delinquent, dorky, dino bro. And we're streaming! We are making the... I'm trying to apply tape and keep failing. I'm trying to apply tape to mask off an area for painting right now. We are building the Dom GQ, the 3-legged purple people eater. Omdria went well, and we planned 50 and made 300. That's amazing. What is that? That's a return. What is that? Let me do the math real quick. 6. So that is, what is that? A 600%? That's a 600%. A 600% return for you guys. That's great. Okay, I'm just trying to. I got the tape on. Ooh, and I don't know how I'm going to get the rest of the tape on. Let's see here. Overwhelmed in the community. Oh, it sounds like you had a great. What was the charity for, by the way? Ooh, but I mean, you had. It doesn't sound like you did have a great return. You had a great engagement. Mantis eye visor line. Oh god, it looks like a lot of visor lines. Ooh. Oh, it's those clear pieces see through that you can paint yourself. Okay, got it. So I'm just reading some older chats. It's a face comparison of older. Okay, I read that. The fact that it's not a mono eye already made it inferior. That's true, Derek. That's true. The fact that we were looking at Gundam Seed Freedoms and the fact that they're not mono eyes does make them inferior. They have 2 eyes, which mean they need twice the processing. Obviously dirty Federation Earthoid design language. Dames for Games, a charity to help women in gaming and for Women's Month. Okay. Ooh. But I'm happy to hear that went well for you. I'm happy to hear they were able to get plenty of donations. Let's see, they're all named in the message I sent.
Oh yeah, the real great. Oh, they're in the order. You named them in order. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy, but... So this is what we were looking at. And so this is 20... I'm guessing this is... So they're not in order. This is 2014. This is 2016. I hate this one. I went into detail why I hate this one. And this one looks the best, but it still has... It looks like an original, like, reimagining, not like an updated version of either. This one I don't like you. I do not... I've already gone into details. And then we looked at these ones, and it looks like... Okay, this one being from 2011 explains a lot. And this one being from, let's see here, 2022, explains why it looks so much better. But I hope after your exciting stream, Edda, that you may take a load off, and I hope your chat may enjoy what we have here. We're just talking about random stuff. We're meant to be painting, but you know, the best laid plans of mice and men, as they say. I'm gonna try to airbrush on stream, which is very dangerous. Ooh, I'm gonna try to do that before the end of stream. We're supposed to start like half an hour ago, but I keep yapping, you know? I'm a great talker, terrible builder. Okay, so... But it also, if you have to raid and go, I don't mind it. Okay, you have... It sounds like you had an exciting night, and if you just need to, like, take time for yourself, that's completely understandable as well, Edda. Let's see here. But right now, what we're doing, and I'm sorry that I'm not doing this on camera, that's my bad. But I was trying to do the taping of this, so we have 2 pieces of tape right now, and I need to figure out how to apply... Crap. I need to figure out how to apply... a 3rd piece of tape on this shoulder with this piece of plastic blocking me off. But this is just what I've been trying to wrestle with for the last little bit. Okay, so it's an entirely new thing. Yeah, okay. I come for the yapping, it's okay. I especially like how they keep me on my toes with history. Ooh. Listen, I know enough about history to get just enough wrong to piss people off. Ooh. It's a talent. Naked hands, scandalous. I know, but you know, taping with gloved hands is honestly, it is a special type of hell. Oh no! Good morning. Are you in Indonesia? Good morning, Gundam. We are doing our best to tape off a region for painting. I want to have a really cool shoulder stripe on this kit. Just asymmetrical, so that way you know he's cool. You know, so it's like in high school during the 2000s, like you couldn't just dye your hair blue. That was lame. You had to dye like one stripe of your hair blue, and that's how people know you're cool. You know, we want this kit to be cool. Well, well, we're kind of succeeding at taping it, but there's a bit of a problem. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a bit of a... Okay, hold up. I know how to fix this. I think. I'm gonna have to apply another piece of tape over it so you can see this big hole here. But if I apply another piece of tape over it, should be good. Oh, we should do a Good Morning Vietnam. That's a pretty nice movie. That's a good Robin Williams serious film. I liked it. I'm more of a bicentennial man, but like that's just because I'm a science nerd. I like Good Morning Vietnam more than Deer Hunter. So anytime I think about Vietnam movies, I always get reminded of Deer Hunter and how I just fucking hate that movie so much. I'm sure it was powerful for the boomers who watched it, but like, I hate the pacing of that movie. I hate the structure of the film. I hate everything. It has Christopher Walken, and I'm still sitting there just like, man, I want to be walking out of this fucking movie. Sorry. Oh my god, there's so many Vietnam movies I'd recommend before Deer Hunter. Ooh. Sorry, I just always think of Deer Hunter and how I'm just like, I still need to get rid of that. I still own it, and I'm like, I need to give that to my brother. I didn't give that to my brother, and he's gonna look at me and be like, this isn't a very... Like, he's gonna be like, I don't like this either. And I was like, yeah, but now you own it. That reminds me, Edda, you're like this if you're still here. That reminds me, I have a gift for my brother. Edda, you will really like this. Ooh. Let's see here. Where is it? I want to show it on screen. Because Edda, I'm like 90% certain this is a movie you like. And I don't want to presume, but
I am giving this movie to my brother next time I see him, because it was in the $5 bin at Walmart, and he loves movies, and I just sometimes grab movies that are just random. He's not gonna see this one coming, because it is The Last Unicorn. He has a lot of Nicolas Cage movies. He has a lot of random films of varying quality. But I know for a fact he doesn't have this movie. I know for a fact he'd never get himself this film. Ooh. Maybe we can do a watch-along. Maybe before I give it to him, though I plan to see him pretty upcoming. But maybe we could do a watch-along with The Last Unicorn sometime. But in case she's not here, I'll DM her that. But just the whole Last Unicorn thing in general. I mean, Seth didn't start joking it before stream start. Wait. Oh yeah, fun fact, the Easy 8 chest armor are actually 2 Zaku shields welded together. Easy 8, where are you right now? Easy 8. Why are you not? Oh. You mean this chest armor? So that was like made from Zaku? Zaku shields, you said? I've sent the comparison of the 2016 one you hate versus the direct successor made in 2024. It's a stream talk. I fucking hate. One moment, the dog's barking. I have to get to him real quick. Sorry, the dog was throwing a fit. Okay, so we have the parts. Okay. We have the parts masked off, but we have a trouble with this part right here. I keep forgetting to change my BGM later on in stream. Also, I keep forgetting to end the poll as well. Let me end that poll. Don't worry, that's just the kit we're building. It fell on the floor. It's fine. What's your favorite music? What is it? Who won the poll? Who won? Let's see here. Honestly, I'd say the copper wood. The copper and green is nice. Let's see here. Petite. Oh, yeah, that's why copper and green go so well together. Also lovely with the purple. Yellow gold is like too saturated for the green, in your opinion. Yeah, but I need to figure out how I'm panel lining this son of a bitch. Okay, I just got color advice for how we're painting this, so we are going with the copper. And I clicked onto the wrong tab, so give me a minute. What did you guys vote for, by the way? What did you vote for, you dirty little bastards? Oh, it's all over the... Oh, all the runners are all over the... Yeah, That's why it goes on the table and not the stool. Let's see here. You guys voted for Michael Jackson, good pick, and Queen, good pick. Elvis, nobody voted for Prince. Nobody voted for Prince. Damn. I guess we don't. I guess we're not fans of R&B in this house. Oh my god. Honestly, I would have voted for Queen too. Queen is my favorite band, which is why it's on the list. I think I'm just gonna have to go back after the fact and remove the paint with a toothpick. That's what I had to do with the Danan Gay, and I think that's what I'm gonna have to do here. And I taped over the other tape, so this is... Hold up, I did something impressively stupid. Give me one moment. Let's see here. No worries, Seth. My cat is also starting to be greedy. And the whole bowl of rice and fish is not enough. I don't know, cats could eat rice. They're so carnivorous, I don't really know how much... Like, dogs are far more omnivores than cats, so I just don't know what cats can do. Speaking of music, Seth, the intro music is not great to use for the whole stream. No, it's not, and I keep forgetting to change it. I'm gonna change it right now. It's meant to be the BGM music, so it's meant to like work both ways, but here. Let's go to... Let's put in Queen. Yeah. We haven't done a Halo in a hot minute. I just keep forgetting to change it. It's meant to be the BGM for the first, like, for the intro, effectively. Ooh. I should probably contract an intro song, in all honesty. So... Sonara... Intro. That'll have to wait until next month before I can even start that commission, though. Oh, God. Damn it. Let's see here. My personal opinion, oh, no, you're right. I just keep forgetting to change the background. And it is better with more variety in the background. It gets monotonous after a while. Let's see here. MJ for you. MJ is the go. MJ is the go. He's so good. God, MJ is amazing. Like, you don't say sorry for MJ. I mean, I put everyone up there is technically, like, is a GOAT in their own respect. Everyone is a GOAT. Ooh. I'm more of a Johnny Cash fan than I am an Elvis fan, but I don't really know if Johnny Cash is called, like, the king of anything, so I put... Johnny Cash is the man in black, is the thing. He's known as the man in black, not the king. Hello! Wow. Hello, bird friend. Hello, dinosaur friend, technically. Ooh, we are building things. We're trying to paint, but we're doing a very bad job at it. Cat eats everything they want. They seem to digest rice well enough for the ones that live here, so I don't think it needs to change. Okay. I'm gonna send dudes later. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Oh, I need to... Because I switched the BGM. I need to get the... Okay. So, let's actually get ready for the painting right now. Is what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to paint. We're gonna do our best and try to paint. We're gonna test out the painting. We're gonna hope it goes well. We need to get out all of the red pieces. There we go. And then we need to get out little clamps to hold them. Here. Oh, I've completely forgot about these pieces. I never found the gloss. Here's gloss. Yeah, I just don't care. I don't care. Hold up, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I sprayed it in the wrong direction. Fucking idiot. Okay, let me put on a mask. That's very limited, but let me put on a mask so I don't actually poison myself when we do the proper painting. Queen is GOAT. Queen is GOAT. Freddie Mercury. All the band members of Queen I really like, in all honesty. My favorite member is John Deacon, but that's just because I feel what he writes on, like, a spiritual level. I have someone I've been looking for at a BGM. I can send you a link on. I mean, you can. I already have a person for BGMs, but I wouldn't mind. And I can send you the person who did my BGM if you're interested. Where? Because you need to have a mask on if you do the airbrushing, or you need to hold your breath. I'm not gonna do the hold the breath one. There it is. I should get like a little mask. I tried to put on the mask over my headset. That was really stupid of me. Okay, give me 1 minute. Now, for obvious reasons, we're probably not going to do a lot of painting with airbrush on stream. But, you know, I want to try this. Local Tino Huffs paint. Oh, don't worry about it. Hello, my lord! You paid, the fumes, also use them. You paid for the fumes, so use them. It's fiscally responsible. Sadly, I think we'd get banned on, Twitch if we actually used the fumes, my bro. I tuned, in for the Three Stooges skit. But there's only one Stooge, ah! Oh, rude. Thank you for reminding me that I'm all alone. But nobody loves me. Okay. I almost just tried to blow into the bag because the way to get the bag to open up more is blowing into it. Push it open effectively. And then I realized I have a mask on. I was literally halfway through inhaling to blow into the bag and I just went, wait a minute. Oh god. Thing is, I had asthma growing up, so any, I still have asthma, but any, decrease in my oxygen supply immediately triggers my body and goes like, oh god, we're suffocating. So I really don't like wearing masks for extended periods of time, which is why this is not going to be the longest exercise we're going to be doing right now. We're just going to try our best to see how this goes, and I need to put all of these parts we cut out into a baggie. I was literally inhaling again to blow into this bag. Ooh. So let's put all these parts in here. Oh, I need to take my dog out of the kennel. Whoop! I'll be right back. Well, if you're still here, I have a question about Transformers, and you're kind of an expert. We were talking earlier about Transformers with mouths versus without mouths, and I'm kind of curious on your opinion on, what Transformers have to have mouths and what Transformers should never have mouths. I wash my rice and don't, and you don't. We are not we are now enemies. You wash your rice? It boils. The rice boils. All the bad chemicals will get out. Yeah. Seth, why do you sound like you're in a Pringles can? Because I'm wearing a mask. Oh, God. I'm wearing a mask because we're going to be doing some air brushing. We'll be brushing the air, chat. We're going to be like Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm going into Bane. Oh! You see, the trick to do Bane voice is not that you cover your mouth and go, oh, hello, I am Bane. No, you have to do a Tom Hardy impression, and Tom Hardy doesn't know how to speak English. So you have to, you have to act like you don't know how to speak English, but also be, good enough actor where people believe you can speak English. They're to be like, oh, hello, Batman, how are you doing today? I expect you to find a bathroom plan. No. Oh god, what is Tom Hardy again? He's half Irish and half something else, and the half Irish kind of explains why it's so hard to understand in the first place.
Okay, now just sound like you're an 80s radio man. Hello! Women, do they... Women, should they belong in the voting booth or in the kit, or should they stay in the kitchen? More at 11. Oh god, 19. Wait, no, that's 1900s. Ooh, you said 1980. You said 1800s. Not 1900, not early 1900s. So I guess it would be I can't make a slavery joke. I can't fucking go. I can't do what I just did about. Oh god, I'm a terrible person. So it depends on what kind of rice is the method. If you do like a short grain rice, cooker washing can remove excessive starch, but I always use long grain. But spiced rice and Uncle Ben and well, I mean spiced rice. I mean you're gonna wash out the spices. Oh, for the Transformers, who must not have shown mouths are probably like Soundwave and I don't know how you'd show a Shockwave mouth and that would be cursed. That would just be messed up to give Shockwave a mouth in all honesty. So like, I feel like that one almost goes without saying. But Soundwave, I'm sure they've given him a mouth before and that's just a mistake. I feel like a lot of times they like to give Autobots mouths, and it's like, no, just like no, like Jazz gets a mouth because he had a mouth originally, but like, Wheeljack, you know, like just like keep him with his silly, keep him with his silly little, you know, faceplate, and when he talks, make his ears light up. Optimus Prime, I think he shouldn't have a mouth. I think he's way better when he doesn't have a mouth. Okay. Like, he can be emotive without the mouth. We don't need the mouth. And they always go like, no, he had a mouth and we should always give him... No. He's fine without a mouth. Bumblebee can go either way. If he's not talking anyways, then like, yeah, what's the point of the mouth? I like G1 Optimus. I'll give him a pass. Wash your rice. You can't make me. You can't make me. Okay, so we need to clear off the board a little bit more. Ooh, I have Mass Effect music. I don't use that in the background nearly enough. It has such a hard time reading it because my chin is covered right now. So even though my mouth is uncovered, it has such a hard time reading it because it doesn't actually read your mouth movements. It reads your chin movements almost as much, if not more, than your mouth movements. And to determine if you're like talking or not, it actually goes by if your chin is open, then if your chin is lower, it realizes that you must be talking because, you know, your mouth is open. So that's actually how a lot of that's how basic face tracking works. More advanced face tracking actually tracks like your mouth independently far better. But like with basic VTube Studio, it's really just tracking your chin, which is why as a guy, you always have to, one of the best things you can do is actually not shave, but have a 5 o'clock shadow and make sure your neck is shaved. Ooh. Fun fact. But I'm a dinosaur. I don't grow beards like you disgusting mammals. They don't need a humanoid robotic shape either. That is more of an anti-robot. Robotic being being a mouth in your opinion. Robots look like that because people made metal humans. They would be Cybertronian, also have that form. Yeah, it's a convergent evolution. Why not? I mean, some Cybertronians, to be fair, they don't look as human. Some Cybertronians are just like, I'm a dragon, rawr. Not all Cybertronians are humanoid, to be fair. Do Transformers reproduce? It depends on the continuity. Starscream should always have a mouth because Starscream is one of the characters that should always have a mouth because you need to be able to see the look of terror on his face. You need to be able to look at Starscream and see that he's about to piss himself. You need
Just like I said earlier, where Starscream, you know, his expression is so important to his character. He needs to have that smarmy look. He needs to have the look of terror on his face. It's part of his character. You are absolutely right. Derek, he is the character that needs a mouth. Wheeljack with either, to be honest. I just like the OG Wheeljack. He's just such a goofy little fella making Dinobots and whatnot. Literally just creating life. All the other Transformer series is like, oh, we were given life by Primus. Wheeljack G1. I made new Transformers. I'm God now. And it's like, I love you, Wheeljack. By the power from the Asian ancestors, you shall wash your rice. But I don't have Asian ancestors. I have no one to disappoint. This ain't like Mulan, you know, they're not gonna make Mushu, they're not gonna summon Mushu, that's Chinese, but they're Asian, it counts. You know, they're not gonna like all form a ghost council and be like, we need to have an Eddie Murphy annoy him into making rice, into washing his rice. Ooh. Oh, and this piece needs to go away as well. And let's see here. Hello, Mrs. Hello, I'm just gonna call you Mrs. Barbie. Who I know, well, or Mrs. Barbatos. Now Barbatos is more the whole thing. It's just that the Barbatos is often called the Barbie. But hello, Barbatos. It's been a hot minute. Ooh, happy you can make it. Did it? I hope your streams have been going well yourself also, because you are a streamer. Hope your streams have been going well. I hope everything's been going cool. We're gonna try some airbrushing on stream. We just have to clean up the area and like prep it so you know it's safe to airbrush with. And we're gonna be airbrushing the red parts of this kit copper, because we have some copper paint to do that with. Oh my god. Master grade SD Destiny? That is a really long link. Ooh. You know you're in my Discord as well, so you can always post it there, but oh, that's adorable. Ooh. That is adorable. Ooh, I wish I could hold up. I have to extract it so I can share it. Ooh, and I have to actually change the source in karaoke. Let's see here. Brave? There it is. So this is what they share. This adorable little fella with his angry eyebrow V-fins. Forget? Don't worry. We're all not, you know, we all don't bat 1,000. I got little brain. I'm a little brain dinosaur. I have small brain. I have smallest brain. My skull is, what is it? My skull, 12 inches thick. My head, only 10 inches. How that work, me no know. Don't watch risotto rice, you will ruin it. Oh yeah, we don't watch the spiced rice. I assume that's what that is. Transformers Prime Wheeljack. Yeah, Transformers Prime Wheeljack is like literally discount Clint Eastwood effectively though. That's different. With his faceplate being toggleable. Toggleable is probably the best option. I'm gonna sneeze. I muted myself for the sneeze because it was ugly. I made an ugly face. You saw that. I'm sorry. Ooh. Let's see. The scars around his mouth. He just has chapped lips. Are they really scars, or does he just have chapped lips? Sell the gristle of the wrecker. It is interesting how I still don't understand. They on that show. They get Michael Ironside, and instead of bringing in Ironhide the character and having Michael Ironside play the lieutenant of the Autobots, Ironhide, they have Michael Ironside play Ultra Frickin' Magnus. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you could have had Ironhide be played by Ironside, and it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. If you don't know who Michael Ironside is, if you've ever seen Starship Troopers the movie, the guy who is the teacher and commanding officer of Johnny Rico is Michael Ironside. The guy who shouts, "Come on, you apes, you want to live forever?" That guy is Michael Ironside. He is the man. And they could have had that in Transformers, and then Bandai went like, "No, we don't think Ironhide is going to sell well, so we are going to have Ultra Magnus and Wheeljack instead." Okay? I hate not Bandai, I hate Bandai for different reasons, but Hasbro, oh my god. Oh my god, we could have had perfection. Oh my god, the IDW 2005 Scorponok made a Science Baby Scorponok Radius, and IDW is kind of weird. Ooh. Each universe has different reproduction. Like, I remember Transformers Animated is just like, all of them are just blank robots until they get a spark put into them. I remember when, what is it? What's the ninja guy? Prowl. When Prowl's like, when his master dies, and he puts the spark of his master into a new body, his master comes back to life and goes like, "Why did you bring me back to life? This body was meant for a new life, not to, like, you know, continue mine. I'm gonna die again just out of spite." And then he does, and it's just like, damn. Oh goodness. Let's see here. See. Peanut-sized brain. That's more of a stereotype with Stegosaurs, which is Opus's favorite dinosaur. My brain is probably about the size. Well, my size is like the size of like 2 peanuts, probably. You know, you rub them together real hard, you know. Michael Ironside. Michael Ironside is one of those. It's like the Nurse Ratched actress. Where it's just like, I wish Ironside was in so much shit. He is so good. Whenever he appears in something, you're just like, oh yes. He just isn't. I wish he was in so much more shit. He's one of those actors. Oh my god. I think it was for his toy-related reasons, as I said. It was just Hasbro was like, nope. Nobody wants the minivan Transformer, which is bullshit. Man, Ironhide, the fact that he transforms into a minivan, he gets so much. He just never gets love for it. And be like, oh no, he turns into a truck now. No, it's better when he turns into a minivan, because then he can just be a blocky robot even more. I don't like it when Ironhide has to be a van, or it's not really Ironhide in my heart. I'm a purist in that regard. He has to be red. If he's not red, he's not Ironhide, is he? If he's not red and he's not a blocky monster, if he does not have the like front glass of a van as his like chest, if he does not have, you know, just car front pectorals, he's not really Ironhide. I won't believe it. Prowl tried to save Yoktron. Ooh. There's no way his fucking name is Yoktron. There's no fucking way. Firstly, the character was not yoked. Okay, first things first, okay? And don't be like his name was Yokotron. I know, that's you put Yoktron, okay? If there was Yokotron, there'd be an accent over the E. Oh god. Everybody hates Hasbro. I will never forget the Paramount for killing Transformers 1. Oh yeah, they're like, oh, it didn't do well. And it's like, why didn't it do well? Because we didn't promote it. I hate you so fucking much. You make finally you make a great Transformers movie. And then you go like, but we don't want to actually. It's not gonna be, we don't think it's gonna be as cost effective in our projections. So we're just gonna like purposely not advertise it. And then act surprised when it doesn't do well. They pulled what Disney did. Disney did the same thing with their... Oh god, I can barely read chat now. 1 minute. Disney did the same thing with 2D animation. They were like, oh, 2D animation isn't any good, so we're just not going to promote it anymore. Treasure Planet, Atlantis fail, and then they go like, oh wow, that's terrible, and then they promote Pixar films. Pixar films do amazing. Not to say early Pixar wasn't amazing on its own, but they promoted one while letting the other die, effectively. Is this also tiresome? Both! Small brain, less to protect. Ooh. Then why my skull so thick? I am efficient. Oh yeah, Steph, I just recommended that the next time you have collab, play new golf game called... I was actually talking with Powerlines earlier today about that game. Ooh. I was thinking of doing a collab. Actually, I was thinking of doing a Phasmo collab. And then the topic moved on to that, because that's the game that allows for a lot of players. So he already has 3 people he can bring from his West Pro project thing. And so I was thinking, like, if I can bring 3 people of my own, we can have like an 8-game match with the vampires versus the not vampires. I don't know. Hold on, I need the toothpick to stir this paint up. Technically, Bulkhead is referred to as Ironside in the Japanese dub. That's confusing. That's confusing. Chat, the Chuddamus Prime or Wokatron. I imagine Chuddius Prime is just, that's Bulkhead's dad. He's just working the energon fields back on the home planet. Ooh. Oh my god. I imagine he's orange for no particular reason. Oh god, I didn't even mean to do that. I just thought like he'd be like orange like a construction vehicle for Chuddius Prime. I forgot. I was gonna say for no particular reason, then I remembered, oh wait, there would be a reason that a Chuddius Prime would be orange. Oh, fuck. It was more because Bulkhead is green, so it would contrast with Bulkhead really well if his dad was orange. It was for artistic reasons. Oh, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Chuddius Prime, definitely. He'd be so fat. He'd be fat for fucking sure. I really think, just imagine like it'd be like Bulkhead combined with what's that one that was Newman in the Transformers movies, who's that like one Transformer who turns into like a military jeep that has a beard and a bunch of guns? Who's that? It'd be like that. I imagine if you made that guy fatter and you made him like orange, that is what Bulkhead's dad would look like. And you give him an underbite too. Bulkhead's dad would be that character. I forget his name. No, I've not tried Slay the Spire 2 yet. You want to play it? Ooh, I've been thinking of trying to like outreach to you for something to play for a long while, and I haven't been able to figure it out. We can't do Portal 2 because my brain just cannot do that for some reason. I can't do puzzle games live, and you're not versed in Portal enough, so it's just gonna be the blind leading the blind. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, you go very suffering. Oh, Wokatron would be many dyed color. It'd be a hideous color combination. It'd be like the Apex Legend collab color combination. It's just hard to look at. Oh, would all be a mix of black and gray. Can you have a Wokatron though? Because do Transformers ever have hair? Mobile suits have hair. Transformers ever have hair? I'm doing it wrong. I was taking off the entire thing and that would have been catastrophic. Okay, so I have the airbrush. Okay. This is way too late into stream. We're at 3 hours. Wait, no, we're not. I started this. I went. Sorry. OBS is at 3 hours. We are at 2.5 hours. Thank God. I forgot I started it like an hour early on the OBS side. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna work out.
I'm masked up, ready to go. We have our spray gun. This is gonna be dangerous, chap.
Hound! Thank you, yeah, Hound. I'd imagine, like, Hound is, like, what I imagine, like, is the uncle of Ironhide. Okay. So, Hound is a war-loving non-veteran, is a G1 nature. Oh yeah, Hound is like Hound is a Jeep. So I mean, I guess that is, but Hound is like very different in G1. Ooh. He's like a fat fucking chud in like the live action. Oh, okay, it's coming out. Okay, I've never done this before, so I'm like really... I'm really... actually don't hate the Michael Bay. Oh, I don't hate him, it's just that it's a fun little diversion as I see them. Also, SpongeBob voices, what is it? Is it Skid Marks? Who is totally not an offensive stereotype because he's green. You know, like, what could he miss? They just make some hood rat Transformers and Transformers 2 who are illiterate. They have, like, grills and whatnot. They're just hood rats. Why? I don't know. I hate the executions and perpetuates the stagnant state of... Oh, yeah. Okay, can you decide how much is coming? Okay, so... That's the pump! And you know what? I'm very happy I did it on this side, because this side isn't going to be visible, and you might be like, why are you happy you did it on this side if it's not going to be visible? Because we can mess up on this side. It's fine. You know, when I'm talking, I'm sure you can hear it, but when I'm not talking, it's not coming through. But that's the air pump? Oh god, why was that so aggressive? Okay. I'm learning, chat. We'll put this one to the side. I'm gonna have to do multiple codes. But I'm learning, chat. I'm learning. I'm appreciating what I'm doing here. Oh god, that was amazing. Is it bad if I can smell it through the mask? I think that's bad. Why do I smell cinnamon? Unironically, why do I smell cinnamon right now? That's a sign I need a better mask. Oh yeah, there's plenty of paint still in here. Okay. Yeah, you pump up already, buddy. Looks like it's gonna... Thing is, it's more of like a rust than it is a copper. So it's kind of hard to tell how well the coat is going on. But it looks really nice. It's coming along really nicely. Oh, I missed some tats. I hate all of the horniness in the bay. It's very horny. It's very horny. It's all in the wrong places. It's a very horny, very horny franchise. Now that you mention it, wrong places literally can make a hot robot women. No, you need to have the men all be dad bods, and all of the little Transformers hump like whatever Fox's leg and whatnot. It's art. You don't understand. Okay. Do mist spray, give it a second to adhere, then a wet spray to make the color more vibrant. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it. Or that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know. I don't have an airbrush. We're learning.
That would be about fast food one. Okay. You need a respirator if you're going to be doing a lot of painting. Those masks don't do anything for those kind of aerosols. Well, they're supposed to, but we're doing very limited painting today, to be fair. But I'm gonna get an air thing later, and I'll look for, actually, let's look for a respirator right now. Well, I'm wearing a wet respirator. I'm just wearing a really bad respirator. Okay. No, I don't have like a little like surgical mask. I have like a full. I have a full like big filter mask. It's just like a shit full filter mask. Okay. I am wearing I'm wearing a proper respirator. It's just a really low quality one, so don't worry too much. I was like, wait a minute, don't I use this to show off Gunpla? And I was like, I have other screens, it's fine. But we're learning, and that's like the... I just don't know why sometimes it feels like the paint isn't coming out. There we go. It just takes a minute for the paint to actually properly come out. That's what the problem is. Oh, we lost a little bit of pressure. But it's looking very nice. How I'm going... I need to paint the inside as well. Okay. I'm wearing a respirator! Listen, I'll get a better mask, and when I do the painting, most of it with the airbrush is almost going to be entirely off-stream. I'm gonna get like a thing that like pushes that pulls the it outside. It's gonna be a lot safer. It just has to wait until next month, okay? I just fucking shook this like an idiot. Ooh. Alright, it'll be fine. N95. I don't know what I have. It's a proper big mask. If you remind me, I'll show you at the end of stream. Also, for metallic colors, I've seen people do a gloss black layer first. I should have done a primer, but I didn't. I forgot to buy primer, so we're just going in raw. Always get a primer first. But I think because it's red, it'll actually not be too bad that I don't have a primer, because I actually want the red to show through a little, in all honesty. Okay, I think we might have run out of... Did we run out of paint? No. We didn't run out of paint. Why are you being difficult with me? I think I see the problem. When I shook it by accident earlier, some of the paint popped up and went over the air intake for it, so let me fix that real quick. It covered the hole slightly. Okay. Oh, that's good, that's good. No crossbones. This isn't piracy! No piracy! Get some newspaper now. It'll tell a story. Oh, God! I'm loving this. Okay, I'm not loving it anymore. Okay, I need to get a vent. Okay, because I literally saw I saw the paint go into the wall and come back towards me. I saw it go into the screen and then just come towards me again. Okay, I'm using the air to push out paint. Okay. Let's see what happened there. I'm learning, but it kind of seems like something that is nice to do. This is just air right now. But to kind of, anytime, it looks like I accidentally built up some paint in some areas, so it's good that it's good to use some extra air just to push out that extra paint. Like right here. So that's what I'm doing right now, is this is just air. Okay. That looks really nice. I was really worried how it'd end up, but like that looks genuinely pretty nice. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup. Oh, before like my first time doing this, I'm kind of happy with how it's looking. Okay. Also, it's the respirator that has a funny smell to it, not the paint. Okay, no paint is coming out. That's fascinating. Again, I open it up. There's plenty of paint in there. But why are you not spraying sometimes, buddy? Okay. Okay. This is actually pretty fun. I don't think the nozzle is stuck or clogged. I think it's just kind of like a pressure issue is just what's happening. And I'm just not pulling the trigger far enough back. I think I'm not like committing to having it like far enough back when I pull it. And I think that's why it's not coming out properly. Yeah. Yeah, that's literally all that's happening, because it's like how far you pull it back is how much paint is given. Ooh. I'm gonna pull it back a little and just fix the paint that I just put on. That's one thing I really like about this already, is that when I over-apply the paint, I can just pull this back, and then just use the air to even out my terrible job. But I'm just not pulling this far enough back is all that's happening. I'm just a little... And that's why I'm not pulling it far enough back, because if you put too much paint on, it's... Oh wait, I just meant to do air, I applied too much paint there. But I'm learning a lot from this. I'm liking it. Certainly liking it a lot. Ooh. I think I might do the panel lining also in copper, because how it's turning out, it's going to be a little trickier because I don't have... this is going to be a little trickier because I'm going to have to use the airbrush paint to do the panel lining, but I'm liking how this is coming out. And you can see how it's coming out, and I think, you know... It looks like the camera's not getting hit or anything. Not that I plan to do this a lot more, but... Yeah, this looks pretty nice, actually. Ooh. And it's a very limited test run right now. I think I have some airbrush chrome. And I can use the airbrush chrome on, say, like, these parts. We can't do that right now, because we'd have to, like, switch out the paint and whatnot. Ooh. So, I think that's a really good test, in all honesty. I'm gonna get out the pieces. Ooh. I should not get out all the pieces at once. Okay. I might have to, like, literally strip the paint and redo it, just because this is my first ever coating. But it looks really nice. I know the paint sticks really well because I did a test paint earlier with a brush. The paint sticks really well, so I'm actually not as concerned about it flaking as much as normal, but it looks really nice. I think this is going to really make him stand out more, and with the green, and I'm hoping to get a nice light green for a patina-like coating. So with a nice light green to look like patina, I think this kit will look a lot better.
Oh.
Okay, we're going to put on the mask back on. I took the mask off for like a second. Oh. Okay. So that is... Ooh. And don't worry that this is all stained now, because this is our building mat anyways. Ooh. But hopefully I can do a lot of the painting, tell you what I learned off stream and whatnot, really figure it out. Fun fact, the Gundam Age were, they were, more of a Gundam Zeta copy than in the UC. You don't say. But, actually, I think we're gonna call it there. We've done some... Do I have a part stand available to show you? No, but we've done some more bagging, we've done some more building. Actually, you know what, before we end, no, I really want to go with the light green for the patina coat, in all honesty, and I don't have that until tomorrow. But hopefully I'll be able to, like, you know, paint this. Maybe we'll paint more on Monday, or I'll just have it ready on Monday for building. But I think you guys will be like, will like what I have planned for it. You sent it in Stream Talk? Let me see. Oh, it's a little transformable boy. I see what you mean. Let's go to karaoke. Let's go to Stream Talk Hell Creek. Yeah, it's this little boy. And oh, look at that white. Look at that. I can't believe it's not white face. And that image is so small. I like this. I can barely see it, but honestly, I like this design more than what we see in Seed. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. You guys have a great night as well. Let me find a place to send you guys out to.
Yeah, let me look for a place to send you guys out to, because this was an experimental night. This was a prep night. Oh, this is why streams are more for building, because the prep is very dry. But I shouldn't say very dry. It was not as much as you might think would get done. But we did decide on what colors we're going for, and we're gonna make this into a nice custom boy. That's a mass-produced. The teal is for the commanders. I do like commander units. I do like a good commander unit. Prototype is way more better. See here. Let me grab my camera real quick. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you are new here, follow along for more. Whether you're a chatter or a lurker, I love ya. And you know what? I hope you have a good rest of your night, my little boneheads. And to make sure you have a good rest of your night or day, let me find a nice stream to send you guys off to. Let me see here. Let me linky-loo. Oh god, is anyone streaming right now? It's not showing. Okay. Is Aya the only person streaming right now? Wait a minute, that can't be right. Okay, there are some other people streaming. We're gonna, let's see, Cultic. I've heard interesting things about this. So I'm gonna send you guys to Cultic. There's this one person right now, so I want you all to go over there and show some love to Atya. Ooh, show some love to Atya. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. There's Atya, and let me see how many people are here. Ooh.
Swamp time.
Let me...
Swamp time. Time for some slime. The swamp is full of it.
Oh my god, I didn't realize the audio was doubled this whole time. I hope the BGM wasn't too loud today. I didn't realize the audio was doubled this whole time for the desktop audio. I'm sorry about that. I'll double check. If I have to unlist this stream, I will. But here is a link for Twitch as well. There you go, guys. Have a good night. Where's the ending screen? We will be back tomorrow with some... What are we doing tomorrow, chat? We're doing Nier Automata. Ooh, I hope you'll join us for some Nier Automata. For more robot whammon. Maybe that's why you notice the intro music. The intro music is also just loud by its own. Anyway, have a great night. You all have a great night yourself. Bye-bye, Twitch. Have a good night. Well, we were under 3 hours. Let's go. And bye-bye, YouTube.